Very good morning. Welcome to Prime Sunrise on Saturday, the 19th of December. Just a few days to wind up 2009, exactly a week before the Christmas celebrations and the festivity. Well, as I start off Prime Sunrise here at the studio, I have my friend Clifford Surendra, who is a 1-week-old dad. He didn't want me to reveal this.
Thanks, Mahesh. It was very nice of you. Good morning and welcome to everybody.
He doesn't like to talk about it. Let's talk about it. You have a daughter or a son?
Yes, I do have a daughter. I do have a daughter. She's only a week old. And, well, I'm lucky actually.
Okay. But
What's much more to say?
Before the show to be started, he said, "No, don't say that. Don't tell that I'm a dad." I don't know why. What's the indication, Clifford?
Well, nothing specific, like nothing special, but basically, I just want to go on a very low profile, like simple as that.
Oh, low profile.
Well, actually, that was my Christmas. My Christmas gift.
It didn't mean that you didn't want to say that you were married at all.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so to get on to the show, as Mahesh said, like it's a wonderful Saturday morning, and we are heading towards the festive season, and I'm sure like everybody is really hooked up this weekend with all Christmas shopping, and it's almost like a week to go. Have you started your shopping, Mahesh?
Not really, but I have seen people doing shopping. I mean, one of the most important striking features of this year's festive mood is that we are celebrating Christmas without a war. Yeah. And people are, there's no any fear of threats, any bomb blasts or any chaos. So people can freely move, and the prices have come down, and there's a free flow of activities. So people are kind of liberated even in their mindset. So they really enjoy this Christmas.
Also, do you know one more thing I look forward for Christmas? Those are the movies what they're going to release, and always I love the Christmas movies, and I'm sure this time they're going to release Shrek 4.
Shrek 4.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But I don't know whether they're working on it. But I love Shrek as well. Any preference, movie preference you have?
To be frank, I'm not a movie guy. I'm not very much into movies.
Business, finance, politics. Right, it is the December 19th and 353rd day of the year, and what Mahesh and myself we've been talking about constantly when we do this program, we say the remaining days of this year, it's another 12 more days remaining until the end of this year, and what have you done so far, and what more you can do before the end of this year. So basically you have to have a plan. I know it's festive season, a lot of activities going on, as we said, shopping, then again getting ready for preparing for the celebrations. But within this short span of 12 days, if you've been given 10 days, taking 2 days off for celebrations and festivals, if you've been given 10 days, what would you do?
Yeah, well, 10 days means you have hardly any time. But the best thing to do is to take a quick flashback of memories of what you did in the last 11 months and X number of days, and see what your successes were, what your setbacks were, and kind of do a self-analysis, a self-assessment, and to have a determined plan for the brand new year. Where you will overcome your downfalls, your setbacks, and reinforce your strength is the best to do.
Simply you say you'll be preparing for the following year.
Exactly, that's what we should do,
and that's what
we talk about it, but we really don't do it.
We really don't do it. But focus on that. So just go through what have you done so far, and what are the lapses, and what are the good things you have done, whether you want to carry forward those good things, and plan for the year. The following year, so then you can make the year 2010 a very successful and a productive one. Right?
Exactly. So let's move along on the show. Let's move into the World Diary now. On this day in 1924, Clifford, the last Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost was sold in London. This was a car which was painted in aluminium paint with silver-plated fittings with an open-top body, and it was named the Silver Ghost to emphasize its ghost-like quietness.
Have you seen that car? It's a wonderful, brilliant car. It's an open top with it's 17-inch wheels, 40-60 PH engines, and it's a brilliant, brilliant car. And staying with the World Diary, on 1932, BBC World Service began broadcasting as the BBC Empire Service. So this was the first day that BBC World Service, BBC launched their World Service on this day in 1932.
In 1941, World War II, Adolf Hitler becomes Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the German Army.
So that means, like, he took command of the total German army. Yeah.
That was in 1941.
In 1972, Ugandan leader General Idi Amin gives British workers an ultimatum to accept a reduced pay or be expelled.
In 1983, the original FIFA World Cup trophy, the Jules Rimet Trophy, was stolen from the headquarters of the Brazilian Football Confederation in Rio de Janeiro.
In 1984, British signs over Hong Kong. The British colony of Hong Kong is to be returned to China in 1997 after an historic agreement signed.
Whereas the last Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost car was sold in London in 1924 on this day, in 1994, Rolls-Royce announced its future cars will feature V12 engine, which will be produced by BMW. That was in 1994.
Excellent. Very interesting one. In 1995, Queen Elizabeth asked Prince Charles and Diana to divorce.
That was one of the headline-hitting incidents or development in mid-90s, where the Queen Elizabeth herself intervened to sort out the issues that were confronted by the Prince Charles and Diana. So she kind of instructed them to take a divorce in order to make both of them to remain content.
To make things look better, I would say.
Look better, and remain content in the next half of their lives.
So what have you got else?
And in 1997, about the Titanic, the highest grossing movie of all time, opened in American theaters in 1997, was launched. Yes, the premiere was on December 19th in 1997.
Also in 1997, a tragedy, Silk Air Flight 185 crashes into Musi River in Indonesia, killing 104 passengers, including the crew. That was in 1997.
Well, there was an impeachment against then President Bill Clinton of the U.S. In 1998, which was called Lewinsky scandal. The United States House of Representatives forwards Articles 1 and 3 of the impeachment against President Bill Clinton to the Senate. In other words, President Bill Clinton was prosecuted by the House of Representatives for perjury and obstruction of justice.
In 2003, Libya gives up chemical weapons. Libya makes a surprise announcement that it will destroy its arsenal of weapons of mass destruction. So those are the events which took place on this day in history. And we move on to the birthdays. In 1934, Pratibha Patil, President of India, was born on this day. And in 1967, Chris Angel, American illusionist, actor and musician, right? He's a popular TV presenter as well, like who does magic on TV, was born on this day in 1967. In 1972, Alyssa Milano, the American actress, if you probably would have watched it on The Bewitched, right? So that is Alyssa Milano. And also, 1974, Ricky Ponting, happy birthday, Ricky, the Australian Test captain. He was born on this day. And finally, in 1987, Karim Benzema, the French and Real Madrid forward, the footballer, he was born on this day. And also, not forgetting people those are celebrating birthdays from home, and also people those are celebrating your anniversary. So, on behalf of Prime, we wish you a very, very happy birthday and a happy anniversary.
Yep, let's move on to the word for the day next.
Welcome back. The word for the day. The word for the day today is paroxysm. Paroxysm means, do you know what is paroxysm?
It says any sudden and violent emotion or action or an outburst.
Yes. So paroxysm is a word which means any sudden violent action or an violent emotion